The muscles and bones of both my arms are shredded. The Shinoichi's powers are ridiculous. Unfortunately, that really limits what I can do. Pretty soon, it'll probably get worse too. But even so, I can still hit you. Those were the last words we heard from Azami in chapter 97. Then chapter 99 springs this shit on us. What the heck is Yura carrying? Look at that. A shredded hand? Why, Azami? How? Yura doesn't even have the Shinoichi itself. And now he's able to use the malediction. Oh, and real poetic, Hokazono, opening the chapter with Azami's bloody fist in the same stance that we last saw him in, giving us hope that maybe he's still fighting and holding off Yura. But have no fear, Hagiwara is here, ready to finish what he started. And look at him just laughing, ready to go, ready to finish killing this child, which is something I probably shouldn't be saying on YouTube. So YouTube, I'm just reading a story. It's a poetic story. Okay, this is very educational. People should know not to F with the Kamunabi. That's just the point I'm trying to get across. So relax, okay? Don't restrict my video. Now, we already know all the trials and tribulations you have to go through once you're chosen to be the vessel for the force field. And I guess like nobody under the age of 20 has ever been able to become one. Like it's this magnanimous feat, and this kid, Yura's self-proclaimed strongest Hishaku member, was able to do it. That must be why he's dubbed that. It's no ordinary feat for just anyone. Now, does that have something to do with his sorcery? You know, his regenerative sorcery? I don't know, but then I would also think that's kind of cheating if he could just regenerate and everything's going to be fine. I thought this kid just had like a bunch of willpower, you know, some really big cojones, but we'll get into more of it. Yukisada is bloodied on the ground, but the kid still has enough strength to pull out a knife and attack Hagiwara, and he's a little speed demon, it looks like. Now it's at this moment I'm starting to see how badass Hagiwara really is. I mean, what he did in the last chapter was amazing, but what he could do with this iron sand is ridiculous. If you're a magnetic user, like why are you summoning, you know, toasters and sewage covers and a box of scraps to do your dirty work for you? Just get a bucket of iron sand and do exactly what Gaara does in Naruto. Just mimic that, because it seems to be OP as all heck. But that doesn't stop the kid, Yukisada. With his body filled with a bunch of holes, he still manages to continue the attack on Hagiwara. And it is here where we get the reveal that Yukisada could be a member of the Kyunagi clan? Question mark? I say question mark because when you compare the way, let's say, Char and Yukisada regenerate, it is very, very different. Char's body always regenerated with the sound effect blug, 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 right? Kind of reminiscent of boiling water. But with Yukisada, aside from him being able to regenerate at, I don't know, 5 times the speed Char ever could, there's this strange verm sound effect, and I don't know what to relate it to. But when you get a closer look at the way he's regenerating, it's also kind of like stringy. It's kind of liquidy in the same sense, but it's growing like, I don't know, a plant would. It's strange. But anyway, it seems to have been the perfect strategy for Team Hishaku to make this child the vessel, because it is here Hagiwara is thinking regeneration is the perfect ability to buy time. So it doesn't matter if he's a kid and he's getting his ass whooped from left to right to kingdom come, he could just regenerate. And whoever attempts to immobilize him, it's fine, because this kid could regenerate in like half a second. It's as if he never was attacked to begin with. It's that impressive. But it's not with its drawbacks. Hagiwara is thinking, still, the psychological strength to endure pain knowing he'll regenerate, and the tremendous sacrifices he made to become a force-filled vessel. You're clearly no kid. And then we see the almighty Hagiwara fall because Fool has been bedridden and he has not eaten in ages. Come on, brother, you're gaining all the respect of us Bocce bros back. But it turns out they just need 20 seconds to recharge. I know my girl would love it if my refraction period was just 20 seconds and I could take her back to Pound Town. But hey, I'm human. I'm sorry. We can't all be like the GOATed Hagiwara. But anyway, they can't let up for even a second. The new goal is to decapitate Yukisada. And then we get Hakuri back at it again with his storehouse mask on, ready for the fade, teleports Kiri behind Yukisada to attack him. But I believe she misses her first strike at Yukisada, but she keeps going. She keeps pursuing him and boom, slices him right through the midsection. And just like that, he's immediately regenerated while the sword is still in his body. It's as if the second something pierces his skin, it immediately regenerates. That is OP as all heck. Deadpool and Wolverine could never. You could take it a step further. As he's dying, he's like regenerating. As if you pierced his heart, which it looks like it could have actually pierced his heart right there, he's bringing himself back to life instantly. Yeah, it is a very strategic and clever move to make this kid the vessel because he's a pain in the ass to deal with. And I guess that shocked Kiri because she was surprised and Yukisada kicks her back. And then we see this hand. We see this hand in the frame. I know whose hand this is. I was pretty hyped. I was like, who else is here? But of course, why do you need anybody else when you have Hakuri with his 2 sorcery abilities? He summons a sword right in front of him and then uses Iso. I mean, beautiful attack combination. Just the possibilities with this guy could damn near be endless. But that only cuts Yukisada. But it's all right. Kiri's right there, ready to take the sword and slice off Yukisada's head. Mission accomplished. Let's pack up our bags. Let's go home. Let's open the door for Chihiro and Samura and let's beat Yura's ass all together. Psych. Yukisada is just as functional without a head attached to his body. Yukisada then says, if Yura says something's white, even if it's black, it's white. I'm the strongest Hishaku. Yura said so it has to be true. Damn, Yura groomed this kid pretty good, but it's beginning to look that way. This kid is beginning to look like the strongest member. Like, how do you squash water? How do you destroy water? It only spreads around and never actually gets destroyed. But Hagiwara is thinking, all right, let's boil the son of a bitch then, or burn him, whatever it takes. This must be a trick. He questions, is he invincible? And then we see flowers blooming everywhere. And you know what that means when we see flowers. Malediction. Hakuri and Kiri get pushed out the way with the iron sand that Hagiwara is controlling. And it looks like he created this shield, this barrier. And I kind of feel bad for the other Kamunabi members because I guess he didn't have any time to hide them behind his barrier. And in walks in Yura carrying a hand. Not only that, but Yura he seems fine. He seems fine and his power is ever growing. He just walked in. I didn't see a wave of the hand or nothing. And the Kamunabi members just, they drop. And they have these flowers blossoming out of them. Hagiwara says, we're too late. For one instant, I glimpsed what he was holding. Hakuri says, I thought Mr. Azami was holding him off. And that's where we get Yura holding this shredded, effed up hand and no Azami. And before Yura can grab the barrier that Hagiwara put up, we cut to black. Now, since Hakuri's there, I'm guessing that he teleported everybody back to his storehouse, right? They're safe. They're good. They should be fine. Nobody should be assuming that, you know, they got taken out or anything. Because we do know good and damn well Yura would love to kill Hakuri, right? Because he's the only one who could make the Shinoichi disappear. And after we cut to black, we see the rooms, the floors. There's just a trail of flowers, I'm assuming everywhere Yura steps through. This is the power of the malediction. And I'm not too sure if he's leaving a trail, this disease, infectious flowers everywhere he walks, or it's just spreading and taking a life of its own and it's just continuing to grow and he's just the epicenter. And Yura finally makes it down to where they're keeping the sword master, or at least I thought, Because as he's walking down, it looks like those pillars that were surrounding the Swordmaster are destroyed. So I thought he escaped, but Yura reaches down and says, "Oh, down below, he's here. He's below. This is, I don't know, maybe the last guy escape." And so they had to make some renovations and create a new jailhouse for the Swordmaster. I don't know, but the Swordmaster, it looks like he's standing. It looks like he's doing something. I don't know. I feel like he's free. I don't know if he's still imprisoned right now. I'm super confused. It seems like he escaped. But that's it. That's the end of the chapter. We're going to get chapter 100, ladies and gentlemen. 100 next week. Super hyped for that. This has been a crazy back and forth chess match. The way Hokazono has curated these last few chapters ever since the Hishaku broke into the Kamunabi. It was going either way. And now, when you really think about it, Azami's done for. One of the Kamunabi leaders is a traitor, so he's not going to be of any help. Hakuri, Hagiwara, and Kiri are forced to retreat. Like, who else in there? Obviously, Yura must have taken out Aruha and Natsuki. We're doomed? As long as Yukizada is alive, Chihiro and Samura are left outside twiddling their thumbs, waiting for somebody to come outside and get them. That's what it's looking like. It's been fun reviewing this chapter. It was all action, all chaos. Bound to be more in the upcoming weeks. Please leave a like. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel, and go ahead and leave your thoughts on the comments below. I appreciate y'all.